Hey guys, Jack Griffin here and welcome to a new video. And happy 2024 everyone. Right, several things. Number one, I will be doing a best videos of 2023 video, so that's coming out. On the 10th, well, coming up, we've got the now 2-year anniversary of the channel, so that's going to be good. And yeah, so also I've been gone a while. I know it's been over 2 weeks. I know I should have done episode 2 by now, especially since episode 4 released, and the 5th one, and the next 5th one is coming out in 2 days' time. So yeah, I need to get on it again. But happy 2024, new year, let's get some good content out. But back to Percy Jackson. So this is episode 2 of the show. I become Supreme Lord of the Bathroom. So this episode is basically from him arriving at Camp Half-Blood. He's now at Camp Half-Blood to him being sent on the quest. So, with that being said, what did I think of this episode compared to the last one? Compared. This episode's good. And so far, my favourite episode of the show. I like this episode. So better than the last one. Now, originally, well, kind of spoilers, but I originally gave this episode an 8 out of 10. But now, over time, it has gone down a bit. So, yeah, but sorry, let's get to it. Right, sorry. Okay, so first up, I'm going to talk about the positives about this episode, and then I'm going to talk about the negatives once again. So let's get started. So straight up, let's talk about the cast, or the characters. Percy, once again, Walker is good job as Percy. Good job. There's not much I gotta say about Walker. Honestly, he's still doing a good job as Percy. I can't really say much about him. Ariane as Grover. Now, as you guys remember, in my episode one review, I said that I didn't really like Grover's character, and also what I found out, he was kind of unlikable. Why did he get Percy kicked out of school? I know it was for his protection, but he could have done it in a better way, like he does in the books. Also, something I've got to mention, the Fates, that scene, that has not happened. But there is spoilers for episode 5. So I don't know why I'm going off topic, but still. In the teaser trailer, the 3 women, the Fates, who knit the socks of death are in that episode. Where were they in the other episodes? They're meant to be at the beginning of the book. What? Makes no sense. Nigger. Anyway, so Ariane, what did I think of him as Grover in this episode? Ariane is a lot better in this episode as Grover. He acts way more like the character in this one, and he's likable. Got that out the way. Mr. Brunner, Chiron, Nicker. Great once again. Now we get to see him in his centaur form. Really good. Dionysus. Dionysus is one of the best characters in the show. Dionysus is so funny, and he's perfectly casted. Couldn't get it. I really enjoyed Dionysus, and I had a smile on my face every time he was on. Every time he said something, every time he was on screen, I just loved him. And I'm very happy that they got Dionysus right. Dionysus was good in the films, but they've got him really better here, so that's good. Nick. Now we're going to talk about some of the newish characters. I've already mentioned Dionysus, but there are some new ones. And we'll save a particular one for last. So, we are introduced to Luke in this episode. I really like Luke. Charlie, I believe his name is, the actor. Charlie does a really good job as Luke. Yes, once again, he does not look like Luke from the books, but they've got his scar, Nick. And Nick, I really like his portrayal as Luke. You really believe that he is generally a nice person, and it is kind of sad. He's doing he's doing a convincing job of being nice, as readers or fans know what sadly happens at the end of the Lightning Thief. That involves Luke. Sorry, Nick. So yeah, they got Luke well. I'm very happy that Luke was done right. Luke is one of my favourite characters in Percy Jackson, and they did him well. I'm very happy about that. So Luke, like I said, good character. I'm very happy that they showed him. I loved how, of course, he was showing Percy around. Nick trying to help help Percy find something that he's good at, even though he hasn't found it. I do think he can go on and just sort he could just sprout exposition a few times. He does talk a bit too much. And he's just sprouting exposition. But he's still really good, and I'm really glad that I'm liking him. Clarice. By the way, we're not really introduced to any other characters. We don't have Travis and Connor Stoll, the brothers who aren't twins but look like twins. So I just call them the Stoll twins. Honestly, the Stoll twins. We haven't been introduced to them. We had Luke's friends, but that's about it. Nobody knew. Nothing else really. Right. Let's talk about Clarice. Now, Clarice was someone that they had to get right. They did it really well. Now, once again, not book accurate in terms of design wise, but you can't really find a girl like Clarice in real life. So I get what they're trying to say. Clarice is really good. She immediately shows up. You can assume her role as bully. Super strong, very vicious, daughter of Ares. Yes. Clarice, perfectly casted, like Charlie was with Luke. I've forgotten the actress's name, but she did really well. Amazing. I don't know what to say. When she screamed, that's just yes, Clarice. She gets frustrated. That's Clarice. I see Clarice through her acting, and that is so well done. And I applaud them for that, So they do a lot of things right so far. Is there anyone else? I should know. Like I said, Grover's fine. No. Apart from that, there's no one else new that I need to talk about. Right. Well, except for this final character. Here we go. So, what did I think of Leah Jeffries as Annabeth? The person that, when casted, caused a lot of controversies because Annabeth is white in the books and Leah is black. And everyone went all crazy, and they're saying how that is absolutely abysmal. Annabeth cannot be black. And Rick Riordan had some pretty odd stuff to say about it as well. Honestly, I really like Rick Riordan, but some of the stuff he's come out with lately about this show has been a bit just makes you want to just makes him a bit unlikable. I still respect his work. He's done many. I mean, he wrote the series, an amazing series, also. And I will be reviewing them. What I got today, I got the King. I got it from the works. I don't care. It was on a deal, a bargain, 10 quid. I got the Kane Chronicles, and yes, after Heroes of Olympus, I will be getting the Trials of Apollo as well. So after Heroes of Olympus, I'm going to be reading the Kane Chronicles, and then I will be reviewing the Kane Chronicles, because I like Egyptian mythology as well. So look forward to that. So let's talk about Annabeth. Like I said, the one that caused a lot of controversies. What did I think of her as Annabeth? She was okay. Okay, there's two problems really that I have with her. Number one, she it's at the end scene where she just pushes Percy in the water. She kind of has a little bit of a go at Percy. And number two, the one of the biggest problems is that we don't see much of her in this episode. Okay, in the books they have Annabeth show Percy around. Couldn't come. Okay, gives Annabeth more to do. In the episode, they make Chiron be the one to show Percy around. Why? Annabeth was there at the start, like she is in the book, like healing him. What happened there? That I think was a really big wasted opportunity that they didn't need. Yeah, but since we didn't get to see much of her, but we did get to see Bitch Box Basket. She did have She did have quite a bit conversation with Percy. She was all right. I can't really judge her until episode 3 when she's in it a lot more. But the problem is though with episode 3, well, you're just going to have to wait and see what I thought of episode 3. Because trust me, that's going to be a video you won't want to miss. Because, ranting, cool. Spoilers for episode 3. But okay. Gay. Ha. So yeah, Annabeth was okay. I can't really say much about her. I will admit though, in the bathroom scene, after it, Annabeth just stood there at the door. And it's just like, I've been looking for you. We need you on the team. And Percy's like, what have you been following me the whole time? Like, have you just been watching me? Which is straight up, cunt. Okay. Weird. The capture of the flag scene and the action scene, the sword fighting, that was another positive. So we're done with the casting, really good. The fight between Percy, Clarice, and the two other Ares kids was really well. The capture the flag scene as well, fucking just looked awesome in general. Percy's doings in the woods was one of the best things about this episode. My guy was flossing, he was stroking a gecko, he was just lying on his back because he was bored. My guy, so well done. My guy's a 12-year-old kid. What else is he meant to do? Ha. Great. But seriously, that was really well done. The sword fight, the action was really well. You know what? If the Minotaur fight scene had been at least, let's say, a bit shorter than that scene, just a bit, I would have said that the Minotaur fight scene was really well. And then after this scene, I would have been like, oh yeah, the action's going to carry this. The action's going to be really good. We'll get to the action later down the line. So yeah, the action, beautiful. Really enjoyed it. Camp Half-Blood itself. Camp Half-Blood looked really nice. The forest, shit. Like the camp, we didn't get to see much of the campfire. The lake, the forest, it looked so good. I wish we could have gotten like Festus, like the dragon. I wish we could have gotten that, like just a little hint. That would have been nice. I mean, you've already hinted Blackjack, and he doesn't appear until Titan's Curse, so why not hint Festus? That would be cool. The iron, like the robot dragon that like is guarding, that roams the forest and guards the Oh no, I don't know if that's actually when they get the golden fleece. Never mind. I'm going to Sea of Monsters. We'll see if this season can at least get a second season. But yeah, so everything looked nice. Music, once again, amazing. Loved it. And yeah, so overall, it was really well. For the positives, a lot more than the first first episode, and really well. This was the first episode that I genuinely think is good, and so far, no, this is the first episode in the series that I genuinely think is good and actually falls into the category of good. That is good. But now let's get on to the negatives. I did not like about this episode. First up, like I said, Annabeth was cut down. Really wish she could have done more. That's straight away. One cock complaint. Now one thing you'll notice in the positives, I never actually talked about the famous bathroom scene as the episode is famously titled. That's because it was okay. Basically, Clarissa and the bullies, they come in, they try to shove Percy's head down the toilet. The water comes up, washes them back, and then they just run off. And that is done in under 20 seconds. I mean, I don't need this to be like a massive, 5-minute sequence. But if you'd have made it, not so rushed, and this is kind of where the pacing went. I think the pacing in that scene was just really quick. And I Become Supreme Lord of the Bathroom is really quick. I don't know why you would have called it I Become Supreme Lord of the Bathroom. Also, it happens when... Another difference. It happens when Annabeth's showing Percy around and Clarissa and a gang just come up. And that kind of earns Annabeth's respect. Which, I mean, yes, it does in the show. But she's actually, next to him when he does it. And she actually, embraces him and, you know what, let's do capture the flag. And in the book, it feels a bit more natural. Because Annabeth was with him. And in the episode, she's just all right, I saw you do that one thing. You're on my team. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, wish I could have been just a bit longer and slow down a bit. And now we get to probably the biggest thing I do not like about this episode. That being the sending on the quest. Also, let's talk about the claiming. So, and by the way, Percy does not heal in this book. He does not heal, and then he gets stronger, and then he's able to fight off the Ares kids off. He never even touches the water during the Ares fight. It is not until Annabeth pushes him into the water because she's... I don't know even what she's meant to be. Is she furious with him? Is she, curious about him? I don't know. And then Poseidon claims Percy with a massive bloody trident. And then, no one bows to him. They're just in shock. That would have been really nice. In the book, everyone just bows down to him. And that would have been a really great moment. I think Walker could have acted that well. But they didn't do it. And then it just goes straight. And then it just shows a thing of Percy going into the Poseidon cabin. And then Chiron just talks over it saying, oh, Zeus' lightning bolt has been stolen. You need to go, you got to go get it back. Well, you got to bring it back to him. You got to prevent this war. Also, during the episode, Grover finds out that Sally, Percy's mother, is actually alive. 18 minutes, wow. Actually, yeah, 18. Almost 19. Grover finds out that Sally is actually alive in the underworld. The Minotaur crushed her and vaporized, but she's actually alive. And Percy has a chance to go get her, which is actually where he needs to go, to the underworld, because that everyone thinks that Hades is the one that stole the lightning bolt. They don't tell Percy that. When Grover says, we need to tell him his mom's down there, he can go on the quest now, and at least he has a reason to go if he's scared. And they're like, no, Grover, don't tell him. If you watch the Mythology Guy, which, by the way, go check him out, amazing YouTuber. If you watch his review on episode 1 and 2, and he talks about that scene, he makes such a funny joke about it. He's like, no, Grover, don't tell him. God, you got to go do this. No, Grover, don't tell him. Honestly, that guy's so funny. Go check him out. Amazing mythology YouTuber. Nick Twag. I was just so confused. And then Grover just blurts it out, and then Chiron and Dionysus, they act like it's just a massive deal that he just said that. They're like, why did you tell him that? But then Percy's like, oh, my mum's alive? I'll go on the quest. But to be honest, Percy was like, no, I'm not going on this quest. He kind of was acting a bit like the film Percy. But then Grover comes in and says it. And then Percy just literally, not the sunset, but he just looks and he goes, where do we start? And then that's it. That's the end of the episode. Honestly, Nikita, I don't get that at all. Also, Kate, and this is something I see complaining quite a lot. In the book, Percy normally has to put 2 and 2 together to realise that, this is what it is. Like, oh, this is Medusa. Oh, that is the Chimera. Oh, this is Echidna. Spoilers for monsters, but I'm going to talk about them anyway later, so, yeah. He when he first meets Dionysus, he says, I'm looking for my dad, like my father. And Dionysus just says, oh, I'm your father, as a joke, because he does not care about the campers, obviously. Percy is just dumb. He just says, oh, really? I'm your son? What do you want? Hi, Dad, what do you want me to do? Dionysus tells him to go get him some alcohol, go get him some wine. And Percy, he's a bit confused. He's a bit confused, but he actually confused. He's about to follow through, and then Grover has to come in and say, Percy, that's Dionysus. But Percy couldn't just figure that out himself. That would have been better. And yeah. So overall, those are my positives and my negatives on the stuff I did and did not like about this episode. Overall, this episode is an improvement over the first one. Nikita couldn't. Still not perfect. Could have been could have definitely been better. But it was better than the first one. Nikita couldn't. So, with that being said, I'm giving episode 2 a solid 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. It was one of the only times where the show had some future ahead of it. We'll talk more about that when we get to episode 3. But, with that being said, that is all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press that notification bell down below. What did you guys think of this episode? And please let me know. I'd love to know what you guys thought of it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.